Okay, the question comes up periodically is, can someone remotely take control of a speckFINDER system? And the answer is yes, we can do that. And the way to do it is to install on the speckFINDER system. We use a common linking software which is called Join Me. And so that needs to be downloaded onto your speckFINDER system and then also onto the computer that's going to take control of speckFINDER. And I'm sitting at Ann's desk, and Ann is going to download to her desktop the Join Me software. So Ann, go ahead and do that, please. Okay, so she's just going to, using her search engine, Google, she's just going to join.me. And if you go there, you have the option, and this is a free software unless you get a subscription to it, and just click the basic button there. You click the basic, and then hit the orange arrow button. Okay, and so what that's going to do is to start the download of the actual software.
The screen.
Okay, now go ahead and run it once it's downloaded. And as soon as this download is complete, we're going to go ahead and open up that application. And I went ahead and I opened up the application. I already downloaded it onto the speckFINDER system back in the lab, and then opened up the Join Me software back there. And so it actually, once you open that software, it gives to you a connection number. It just gives to you a number, and then when you're actually seated at your desk, you can enter that number, and then you'll be connected to the computer. In this case, it would be the speckFINDER. Okay, so Ann just downloaded Join Me to her desktop, and there's the shortcut. So Ann, go ahead and open that up. Okay, and so as you open that up, you'll see that you've got two choices here. Either you can share your screen, or you can join another screen, and that's what you're going to do. So go ahead in that, click in that box, and then enter the access code.
This one?
Yeah, that I had written down from the speckFINDER screen. Okay, now go ahead and hit the green arrow. And so what that's going to do is going to connect to the speckFINDER screen that's back in the lab, and there it is. Go ahead and, yep, expand that. One of the things that you have to do before you can actually have access to the other computer that you're joining is up in the toolbar on the right side. You'll see a mouse there. Just go to the far right icon and click that, and you'll see it says request control. And so when you request control, what's going to happen, there'll be a pop-up screen back on the speckFINDER. I'm going to walk back there and hit give control to the person who requested to join your computer, and then Ann will have control of the speckFINDER system. So I'm going to walk back there and hit that authorization. Okay, so here we are back in the speckFINDER lab, and we've got a system set up back here, and you'll see the little dialog message on the screen itself that says can viewer have control? So the answer to that is yes. Go ahead and hit yes. Alright, so now what she's doing is sharing control of her computer with the other viewers. So that's back in Ann's office. And while we're back here, you can see all we are looking at is just a little wire crimped part. This could be any part. It could be a forensics bullet, it could be a ring, it could be just whatever you're looking at in your speckFINDER application. So now we're going to head on back to Ann's office and take control of the speckFINDER system. Okay, so now we're back at Ann's computer, and we just, from the speckFINDER, we gave her control. We allowed her to have access, user access. So now she has control over the laptop. So just go ahead and click on that video toolbox. Double click on that. Now that application, which is at the speckFINDER site, will go ahead and open. So what she's doing right now is opening the speckFINDER. Go ahead and close out the viewer, speckFINDER viewer. And you'll see that there is a delay in the way that this works, and the reason for that is you are viewing a live image. So take the scroll bar over there and pull down. And you pull it down and you can see that the image needs to regenerate itself, but the good thing is the image that we're getting here of the object that we're looking at is very clear. We can see a very good image. Now it's slow, granted, but this is a live image, so we're looking at a live video feed. And so the limitation in the speed of the ability to be able to do this is strictly based upon your internet connection and so forth. So we can take control of the speckFINDER system. If she wanted to save images, she could save images. If she wanted to measure, she could measure. She could overlay. You can do whatever you would normally be doing as you're actually sitting at the speckFINDER system. There she just turned on the measurement control. So this brief video demonstration is over. It's an easy way to take remote access of a speckFINDER system, and it's just using a freeware called Join Me.